Well, how's it going, everyone? This is Mace, the mobile gamer, thanking you for tuning in to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video. And guys, this time, first of all, I just want to say that I'm blown away by all the support that has been shown towards me in my videos. You know, in the form of positive comments, likes, and of course subscriptions. You know, I really didn't expect my videos to be appreciated this much, but guys, look, once again, thank you so much for your support. And one of the things I really love about this game is, you know, it's a great game, but on top of that, there's a great community of players, and we're always willing to share advice and helpful pointers, things that have helped us out. And you know, sure, it's a competitive game. We're all trying to get to first place in the squad arena, but at the same time, we're willing to help the other guys, the ones who are just starting, to find their way as well in the game. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. I just want to give back to the community. The community has been good to me, and if I can help anybody else out there, you know, by all means, you know, that's what I'm here to do. But guys, this time I'm bringing you a Galactic War playthrough, and on this day I was fortunate enough to be able to play all the way through and complete the Galactic War, and I'd like to share with you my top 3 tips for completing the Galactic War. And these top 3 tips may not apply to everybody, but you know, if you are able to apply one of these tips and it helps you out, then you know, I will have achieved my mission, my goal. And so straight into the tips. My very first tip is to have high damage dealers in your team. Very early in the match, you really need to be able to put away your opposing team's high damage dealers, and that's the first thing that I'm looking for when I see a team. I think, who's the one who is going to deal the most damage? They're the ones that I attack first. I'm talking about the IG-88s, Rey, even you know, Luminara. She can be pretty powerful. Who else is there? You know, there's Luke Skywalker. He can pack a punch. So these high damage dealers, they're the ones I'm gunning for first, and usually they're glass cannons, so it doesn't take too much of an effort. Secondly, after I take care of the high damage dealers, I'm taking care of the ones that have really annoying abilities, like old Darker, where she can resurrect characters. You know, Sidious, he's able to put that heal block. You know, those sort of really annoying abilities, I'm trying to take care of those second. So having the high damage dealers, you're able to get in there, and especially with my team, I've got Qui-Gon as the leader, so you know, he jumps in. You know, all of my Jedi, in most matches, will fire their abilities off first, and you know, I get Qui-Gon to jump in and do his special attack. So I take care of the high damage dealers first, and that's the first tip. The second tip is, you know, you need to be able to enter into a cooldown phase every single match. A cooldown phase is where you've got maybe 2 or 3 of your enemies who are still alive, and you stop using your special abilities and you just attack them with your basic attack. Now this is helpful if you've got, you know, you've leveled up your character's basic attack, and their basic attack can deal a lot of damage. So here I go for old Darker, because she's got an annoying ability. And then I go for Sidious. I usually would go for Asajj, but I leave her because, you know, she's not as bad. So yeah, a cooldown phase. Now, I've gotten the enemy team down to 3 characters, and I say to myself, well, this is where I need to enter a cooldown phase. This phase allows my team members, my team characters to reset all of their abilities. I can see there's the counter, 2 more turns left for Luminara there to get her Force Blast. And so I'm trying my best to leave the opposing team alive as long as possible. And even if they heal, you know, if the Jedis want to go ahead and heal themselves, that's okay. And the ones I usually leave behind are the Jedi, so that they can, you know, exactly do that. They can heal themselves, and that allows me to get a few more hits in and cool down a few more abilities. So here I've got the Jedi Consular. His abilities are fully reset, and I think Luminara is not far away from having all of her abilities reset. But I'd have to say that the most common reason why I fail to finish Galactic War is because I'm going into battles without you know, any abilities available, especially heal abilities or stun abilities. To me, that usually means, you know, if I'm coming up against 60 plus level teams, I'm gonna. So it's a matter of making sure you can get that cooldown. You know, Luminara's heal ability, I don't use it unless I have at least 4 characters alive on the opposing team. Maybe 3, but 4, you know. The Jedi Consular, I use his ability, his heal ability anytime, because it cools down so quickly. So I've just got one turn left on Luminara's heal. I don't actually use her heal here. I just wait for the Jedi Consular's heal, and I decide to use it here. No, I don't. I think I should have used it there, because you really don't want to go into the next battle really low on health. So yeah, the top reason why I usually fail at Galactic War is I don't have abilities reset, and the second reason is I'm coming up against a level 70 Phasma and Dooku team, where Phasma's the leader. I'm able to take care of level 70 teams. You know, I think at the end of this, I take care of a level 70. I think it was a Night Sister team quite easily. So the team, the level isn't that important. It's the synergies and the characters that are in there. And a Phasma and Dooku team, especially when they are high level, it is so difficult to deal any real damage on Dooku. And he's just doing so much damage back to you at the same time. Okay, so here I actually cut out a lot of my retries just to save time, because it's a long video as it is. But yeah, my first tip was, of course, have some really high damage dealers on your team, and deal that damage, you know, to their high damage dealers. Take care of them first, and that'll make your life easier. Second tip is, when you get down to 3 characters, try and enter into a cooldown phase where you use only your basic attacks. Qui-Gon Jinn, his special abilities reset pretty quickly. Luminara's heal takes a long time to reset, so use that. Don't use that if you're almost at the end of the game, of the match. Try and wait for the Jedi Consular's heal. And my third tip is to, you know, retreat. And I think a lot of us, you know, we know about the retreat option. We use it. The thing is, we really need to experiment, you know, changing your team up, because when you enter into a team, into a match, basically the game scripts out, you know, a way or a strategy to take your team down. Now, if you were to back out and come back in and not make any changes to your team, guess what? the game is going to do the exact same thing. But let's say if you just do a slight change, let's say you change, you swap the positions of two of your team members, your characters. You know, someone in the front goes to the back, someone in the back goes to the front. Well, a small change like that is going to change the script, and you know, the team, your opposing team, may fire off some different abilities, or they may attack some different characters first. So, you know, this is something that, you know, can take a lot of time, but, you know, you've really got to experiment. I've taken a whole day once to defeat a Galactic War. This is on and off through the day, not, you know, all the way through the day from hour after hour. But patience and perseverance does pay off. So here I decide to take care of Darth Vader first, because his special ability, you know, he can be really tough against Jedi. And then I proceed to try and take out their most toughest characters. I think I actually had to retry this battle maybe 3 or 4 times. And I tried taking out Darth Vader, then Savage Opress. That didn't work. I tried Darth Vader, then Darth Sidious. Darth Sidious he just blocked like every single attack. So I backed out, and so I tried Darth Vader and then Luminara. And I'm finding that this is working out pretty good for me. I don't have a heal block just yet. Well, I spoke too soon. But you know, Darth Sidious is pretty much put away by now. So I'm able to put him away, and I'm left with the Jedi, which is what I usually like, because when I'm trying to be in this cooldown period, I want them to heal. I want to prolong this cooldown period as much as possible. So I usually try to leave the Jedi Consular, Luminara, and Chewie as the last characters alive, and I just sort of chip away at them just with basic attacks. So I'm looking pretty good right now. I think I've got most of my special abilities ready for the next battle, so that improves my chances greatly. Otherwise, if you don't go into a battle with special abilities, you're basically just using basic attacks. And in the beginning, that is a crucial phase to be able to put away their high damage dealers. That's something that you have to do. Okay, so in this one, I think I go after the Geonosian soldier first, because, man, he can pack a punch. I've decided I'm going to start building up my Geonosian soldier. I think he definitely is worth it. And I've been thinking a lot about the matchmaking in Galactic War, and, you know, if it's true that, you know, your opponents in Galactic War are determined by the highest power level that you've ever achieved in the squad arena, it doesn't make sense to continue to level up your squad arena heroes and not, you know, be able to level up any of your other heroes, because what's going to happen is your squad arena power level is just going to go shooting up, right? And you've got this team, this small core team of 5 characters that you take to the Galactic War as well, and the rest of your characters are, you know, down at like 3-star, 2-star level. And you know, what if your core team isn't able to make it through the Galactic War, you know, and you come to the point where you're going to start needing some of these, you'll need a B team. Well, your B team is so low powered that, you know, they barely make a dent on the opposing team. So I'm thinking that, you know, this is a game where it makes more sense to level up as many characters at the same time, sort of bring them up at the same level, so you have a much greater pool of characters that you can draw on. Now, especially for Galactic War. But guys, this is just my thinking. You know, I do a lot of thinking, and sometimes it's not always accurate. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. Would it make more sense to level up a group of characters, a group of, let's say, like 10 characters, so you have 2 teams, or just that one core team? Should you just continue to level that up? Because the thing is, you as you level up your core team, you're going to be going up against really tough opponents. So here I am with a level 70 player, and he's got some high level, I wouldn't say high level, but yeah, he's got some characters that are up there. And I decide the first one to go after is the TIE pilot. I know he can do some damage. I'm a little bit worried because, you know, you come into a battle with a character that's got low health, like the Jedi Consular. All you need is Sidious to do his AoE, and you know, he's gone. But here, I'm fortunate enough that Sidious, you know, didn't do that much damage, and I'm able to get this heal off pretty early in the game. But guys, yeah, they're my top 3 tips on how to do well in Galactic War. They are my top 3 tips. That's what I find works well for me. Like I've said before, we're all on a different journey though. We all have different characters, we have different rosters, and you know, what works for me may not work for you. But like I said, if you can take one tip and apply it to you, and it helps you to complete Galactic War, you know, good for you. That's awesome. But you know, it really is trial and error. It's learning your opponents, knowing what their special abilities are, which are the really dangerous ones to keep alive, taking them down first, and that I believe is the key. You know, these 3 tips, if we were to, you know, keep these as a general rule, hopefully you should do much better in Galactic War. So here I am with the Jedi Consular, Luminara, alive, and back into reset mode again, just using basic attacks. If they heal, that's okay, that's fine, I don't mind. When they do attack, as long as it's not Luminara's, you know, Force Blast, it's not that devastating. You know, they're not going to one hit my characters and kill them instantly. And if I do have to heal, I'm not afraid to use the Jedi Consular's heal. That's really good. So Luminara is only one turn away from being fully reset. Jedi Consular heals. That's great. I'm happy with that. And there he goes. And I'm looking pretty good for the next battle. That's where I want to be. So now I'm expecting to come up against, you know, this is where I usually encounter those Phasma Dooku teams, and man, they really get on my nerves. But here I'm looking at the opposing team, and I see this guy, Biggs Darklighter, and he can do quite a bit of damage with his special ability. 75% chance of a critical hit when he calls in an ally. So I think, yeah, I'm definitely taking this guy down first. And then after that, I'd probably go for Mace Windu. So really big part of this game is knowing what order to attack your opponent in, you know, which characters to hit first. And the good thing is, you know, you can back out if you've made a mistake. That is awesome. And just patience, perseverance, not getting too frustrated. And the other important thing to remember is, you know, you want this to be a bit of a challenge, eh? You don't want it to be so easy where it's just something that you do, you know. this is something that I actually look forward to every day. This is a part of the game I look forward to because it's a challenge. You know, will I finish it today? Will I get those awesome resources? And it's a good feeling when you do complete it. So, you know, good on EA for making this a challenge. And sometimes it's a challenge that, you know, you're not able to complete. And to me, that all the more sort of makes you all the more determined to build up that team and to be able to defeat it. There's nothing worse than when a game just becomes, you know, just a routine, something that you no longer even have to apply any effort to. That's where the fun, basically, fun dies. It's not fun anymore. So yeah, here I am with the Jedi, and the teams I've faced here are pretty basic teams. I'd say a lot of them are free-to-play players, just like me. But you know, I think the last team I come up against is a Night Sister team, which I thought to myself, well, this is going to be a bit of a challenge. But surprisingly, I done it with ease. Yesterday I completed the Galactic War, which is great. The day before I didn't complete it because I came up against a really tough team. But you know, it's a part of the game I really enjoy. I hope you guys have found that my points are helpful, and that they help you in your Galactic War as well. And but for now, guys, this is Mace the Mobile Gamer. Just saying thank you once again for tuning into my videos. Thank you for your likes and your subscribing, and very positive comments and feedback. If there's anything I can do, any questions that you have, any characters that you'd like me to review, let me know, and you know, I'll do the best I can. I'm not, you know, I'm only like a month and a half into this game. I certainly am not an authority on this game, but the knowledge and the experience that I have acquired so far, I'm more than willing to share with others. So yeah, definitely leave in the comment section your suggestions for future videos. But guys, look, thanks again for tuning in. I'm just going to let this game play through. But this is Mace the Mobile Gamer, thanking you again for tuning in. And until next video, thanks and goodbye.